Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up? What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mets Talk Unfiltered. Jesus, I'm horrible with this thing. I think it's
Huh,
episode 7.
yeah.
But nonetheless, you know what it is. It's your boy Heck. It's your boy Eddie, and we're here to talk some New York Mets. Probably not a lot of positive New York Mets right now after this last series, but we're here to talk about it nonetheless and have some fun with you guys. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm okay, Hector. I thought today was a very winnable game. I thought we had our chances, but of course, we came up short. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy losing to the Twins. That's a team you got to beat, and they beat us on the base path today. They got aggressive, and we didn't. So I'm very disappointed that we didn't take 2 or 3. Today was a winnable game. Should have had today's matchup, but we didn't. We didn't get it done. Uh, it is what it is. The pitching's been good, but today you need to score more than 3 runs. So very simple. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, no, I would say every day we need to score more than 3 runs.
Of course.
But you said they were aggressive and we weren't. I don't know if I agree with that because we were a little aggressive there early on, and we got thrown out at the plate, and maybe that set the tone for the game as far as today. But we'll fast forward back to
What I was
today.
referring to particularly was Buxton, the way how he scored in that one inning, just a heads up base play.
No,
He's
no,
just
but you said they were aggressive and we weren't. We were aggressive too. We sent
playing.
Winker home on a play we probably shouldn't have, but it was aggressive. It was early in the game. It didn't work. So we were aggressive. It just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying to
You
that.
know that's true. I guess I'm talking. I'm speaking out of results based, results oriented. So it is what it is.
No, yeah. I mean, the result is a result, but the action, the aggressiveness was there. It's just that you didn't get the result. It's almost like going back to when early on in the season, and we're gonna talk about all this stuff. When Nimmo swung with the bases loaded on the first pitch, and I was like, I don't really mind the swing there. Is it the result wasn't what we would like? You know what I'm saying? That was the problem. But now I've had a problem with Nimmo's entire approach.
Mm.
But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. You start with game 3, but we do want to kind of like recap the series. So when we go back to game 1, which is probably the only fun we had, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
and obviously the only win of the game, and it was a 5-1 win. Another, Clay home start where he's good until he
You sure?
isn't, where he's dynamite until he isn't, and then he kind of like hits a wall. And you could say maybe it's physical in the sense of not being used to going that many innings. And I also think a lot of it has to do with just learning how to navigate those innings, learning how to get into a little bit of trouble there and being able to overcome it and keep going and maybe go another inning or two. We haven't gotten there yet, but I
He's
think
at
there's a
the
lot.
wall.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be encouraged with when it comes to Clay Holmes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had his 5 innings. Brazoban came in and continued to be Brazoban with his two innings of shutout ball with a K and a walk. Garrett, phenomenal for an inning, and then Stanek finished that game off. A game again, which was 5-0, which was really a 1-1 game until the sixth inning there,
Yeah.
where the Mets took the lead, where they scored the 2 runs there in the sixth. I
What was
forget
that?
how.
How did they get those runs? I know Winker got one in, and who was the first one to get? Was it Lindor scored? I know.
Uh, Not Winker at all. If we're talking about that sixth inning, that was Mark Vientos hit a double,
Okay.
and then Luis Torrens error. He hit the ball, and there was an error on the throw to
Right, right,
first,
right, right, right.
and that's how they scored the second run, and that's what made it 4.
I thought it was
That made
three.
it 3. That made it 3-1,
Three.
and
Yeah.
then Soto hit the 2-run homer to make it 5-1, and that was your ball game.
I thought we were talking about today. My bad, bro. My bad. You're talking about Friday. My bad.
I mean, yeah. So we're gonna go
Yeah.
back to recap game 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to just go to today?
No. Keep going. I'm all over the place. It's all good. You know what it is? This loss is sticking so bad in my head. I'm like, kind of focused on it. That's what it is.
I know.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
you started right with it. That's what I'm saying. Let's go back.
Yeah, let's go back
Like
and
we
we'll
talked about
unpack.
before we started.
Right, right,
Oh,
right. See,
we're gonna,
I can't even help myself. It's bad.
no. I mean, and we don't have to listen. We could go right to this game, and we could go from there, and we could break the whole thing down because this game is pretty much the whole story. It is a story. It's no hitting. Yeah, you get good pitching. couple of mistakes, maybe whether you be mental, physical. We had some physical errors last night. We had physical errors last night that cost us. When Francisco Lindor
That
making
was
the error.
Lindor, yeah.
You know, Acuna wasn't an error. It was a good play. It was the right play, but the throw was a little bit offline. So, not an error. But yeah, I mean, listen, we could skip right to I don't know. We could skip right to today and just break it all down. But what do you want to do?
Let's go over what we got to go over. We got to get into it. We got to talk about these bats. It's not pretty, man. You got Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso's doing what he's got to do. I think he's leading the league in OPS. He's one of the top hitters in baseball, if not the top hitter in all of baseball. Now I know he doesn't have his 6 home runs, everything else, but if you look at Alonso's numbers, he's been up and again continues to get it done. Hitting 356, 5 homers. I mean, it doesn't get much, but this is Aaron Judge numbers. Aaron Judge numbers.
Yeah, right. And it was a guy that not a lot of people wanted. Not a lot of people wanted Pete Alonso back. I'm not going to say old man fans. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to say they wanted him back and all of this stuff. And people were killing this dude. People were killing this dude. I did shows all off season fighting people off. I did videos, and in my comments, I had to fight people off on Pete Alonso. You know what I'm saying? And how bad he was going to be for this team, and how he could not be the guy to back up Juan Soto and this and this and that. And he has been our best player, and I love every moment of it. Shout out to him.
I'll be honest with you. I was at a point where I didn't think once they got Soto, I was on the fence with Alonso. I was like, fuck it. If you could get because I thought if you wanted a big contract, I thought he wanted somewhere, like 30 million a year over like 6 years. That's what I thought he wanted. So I was like, forget that. I'm not paying this guy that. I know he had a big home run, but I was okay with letting him walk. And now I realize you give this guy a real hitter in front of him, and he absolutely rakes. He's back in the conversation of being a superstar again. And I haven't talked about this guy being a superstar in 3 years. It's been 3 years. Okay? In 2023, he was blowing. 2024, okay. Actually, 2024, he was bad. He was bad. Up until that home run, he was bad. So let's be perfectly honest about him. But now he's getting back into being talked about as one of the elite players in Major League Baseball. And I'm happy we brought him back. I'm very happy. That's it. That's all I got on him.
No, yeah, he was bad. He was bad, but to me, he was bad because he was bad, right? He was bad because he was bad, and I always felt like if he improved upon the things that he was screwing up on, missing fastballs when he got them, swinging at them stupid breaking balls in the dugout, in the first base dugout, if he could improve upon that, if he could stop doing that,
right,
he could be the Pete Alonso that we wanted to be. Now, everybody wants to give credit to Juan Soto, and I'm not saying that there's no effect there. But I'm going to give credit to Pete Alonso for putting in the work that he put in this offseason and the work that he talked about putting in this offseason and now coming into the season and putting that into work. I got to give him some credit for that too. I can't just give it to entirely Juan Soto and say he finally has somebody because the opportunities were there, and that's what was frustrating us about Pete Alonso. But you had a big problem giving him 30 for 6 years. That's probably going to be a bargain after the season because he's going to opt out.
Yeah,
I said it when he signed that contract. This is a 1-year deal. And if Pete does what I think Pete can do, what I'm hoping he will do is tell David Stearns to shove it on the field with his play, he's going to get his money. He's
but you know what? That's a good thing. I'm glad we brought him back here on a 1-year contract because last year he was on that 1-year contract. And let's be perfectly honest, Pete Alonso was in his own head. All right, that contract was getting to him. There was you could tell he wasn't himself. And Pete Alonso wasn't himself until he hit that home run in Milwaukee. Let's be perfectly honest. He was not himself until he hit that home run. And now he's back. And I'm glad he's back. And maybe this is a way for him to get back at the Mets organization. Maybe this is okay. You wanted to give me what was it, 150, 160, whatever it was. Okay, now you're going to give me 300, or you're going to give me 250, something crazy. But good for him. He earns every penny. Every penny.
Yeah, but the key there to me is what you said. He was in his own head. He was this, he was that. Not like people were trying to tell me, well, look at his numbers. They're declining every year. His body's not gonna age well. And this and this and all of the nonsense. All of the nonsense that I heard all off season. Now you got people all over the place talking about, oh, let's fill out this apology form for Pete Alonso. Well,
That's
take that
such
apology
bullshit.
form and shove it, because I don't need to fill out no damn apology form for Pete Alonso, because I've always had his back. But let's get to the people real quick. Let's see what they got to say about my guy Pete Alonso, what we said so far. Let's just say hello to the people before we move on.
Shout out to the chat.
And Cindy just overall saying what a sloppy freaking 2 losses, especially today's. Can't wait for the show. Hit that like button, smash subscribe. Hector and Eddie are honest, passionate fans. Appreciate you, Cindy. Appreciate you very much. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, I was looking at something else real quick. Today's game highlights or lowlights keep popping on my YouTube feed, and I'm like, I'm good, thanks. There's no need to watch that debacle again. You damn right. There's no need to watch that debacle again. Those are lowlights, not highlights, right, Patty? What's going on, Junior? What's going on, Ramos? Stanley, what's going on? Who will fill in for Sirius in the field? Jeff McNeil, and you're gonna love it. You want to touch on that real quick, Eddie? That's the way that it seems to be. They seem to be approaching center field.
I don't know
or
what they're going to do there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I had a show last night that I did real quick right before the game, and shout out to my guy Amizi. I don't know if he's here, and he wanted to talk about center field. I'm like, what the hell do you want to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. They look like they're going to go from within for now. I know you want to talk about it being maybe Acuna. He was Acuna center field, and I'm like, they said before the season they were trying to stay away from that, but things change.
Can he play center field though? Can Acuna play center field?
I don't know. Everybody just assumes that because he's fast, he can play center field.
Right.
He has to be able to play center field. Yeah, he has to be able to play center field. Oh, they threw him out there in a couple of minor league games. Well, he has to be able to play center field because all these prospects are greats in the eyes of these fans. It drives me fucking insane. Excuse my language. It drives me insane. Nobody needs to prove anything. All they gotta do is do a couple of things, have a highlight, and that's it. They're it. It drives me crazy.
If Acuna could play center field, I think that would be a godsend. With the way, but he's been such a great defender at second base. I'd miss him.
Don't worry about Acuna's gonna be. Mauricio's gonna be ready next week.
Is that true?
Hell no! That's another thing that drives me crazy.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, what are you breaking news here right now?
No, it just goes with how the fan base just goes nuts over anything. So, Acuna's gonna play in extended spring training games where it's controlled. Oh my gosh, he's coming. That's it. I mean, not Acuna, Mauricio. It's just
listen. If he could play center field, I think would be set. I'd be comfortable with that. Then have McNeil at second. I would love that, to be honest. I think it's.
We might see it.
I like what I've seen out of Acuna. Just in this small time. I really like it. But I'm also okay with putting Nimmo in center field.
Yeah, which we may see also. We may see Nimmo. Who the hell knows? We might even see Marte, which I think would be like a last resort. That would be a last resort.
Do you remember how good he used to be in center field?
No, I know. And listen, Eddie, I said this during the off season that this may even happen. I even said he may be a guy because to me, people say, "Oh, Marte can't cover no ground." That's nonsense to me. And I think you could see that last year where he kept going into center field to catch fly balls, or Beta would come over and they were almost crashing into each other. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I see Marte is he's just a guy. Shout out to my guy Jack, who always said this. He's just a guy that he's tentative. He's scared when he's running towards the wall. When he's running towards the wall, he'll alligator arm a ball. He'll do stuff like that. But when he has room to roam, Marte can still cover a little ground. Now, can you play him out there? Can you play him out there every day?
No.
Hell no.
No, he's too injury prone.
If you needed to in a pinch, yes. But I don't even want to see Marte in right field because exactly what you said. He's too injury prone. I think he's in the perfect role right now.
You know what it is with Marte? He's such a good hitter. Like, to me, I think he's a very underrated player. I think this fan base takes Marte for granted.
Yes.
Because he's a solid hitter. He's a vet. And he's a very smart hitter. He's smart. He doesn't go up there. He'll always get a runner over. He's never trying to hit the ball out of the fucking ballpark every time. He's just a smart player. I want to see as much Marte as humanly possible. I wish he could play center field, but I got to be honest. I think those days are long gone.
Yeah, no, and like I said, that's like an emergency situation. But yeah, no, we may see Acuna there. Mendoza, I was trying to look for.
I wonder how many games Acuna's actually played there.
Not many, bro. Not many. Probably not even 50.
Really?
Because but I don't know. I guess I can try to look it up real quick. But I did see Mendy. I was trying to find it here, but I don't see it. Say that he is an option out there as just like Acuna. I mean, just like McNeil maybe too, whom is going to play. I believe he's still out actually in St. Lucie, but he's gonna play center. He's gonna play center field tomorrow out there.
Center field?
Yeah, McNeil in his rehab assignment.
Get the fuck out of here!
To see if and he's played it before, so
really?
Whatever, But that's just
that's news to me. That is news to me.
I think before all
I would love that. To be honest, heck, I would love that.
Love it? I don't know.
If he could be a decent center fielder, I'll take McNeil in a heartbeat there.
No, yeah, I would too. And he's definitely a better bat than Taylor. And obviously, at the end of the game, you can bring Taylor to close things out just to be safe and all that good stuff. But I don't know if I would love it. But I could grow to love it. And I'm a big McNeil guy. I think he can do it.
No, but like thinking about him in center field. Look at these guys we got out in center field. I don't mean to be a dick, but Steary, Taylor. I mean,
they are very good center fielders, though. They may not be good hitters.
Excellent.
But they're very good center fielders. I know they're not good hitters, but let's not just think about that. But they're very good center fielders,
But can you imagine if McNeil could give you just an average center fielder? Average.
No, that'd
with
be phenomenal.
His bat, I think he goes from being a guy you overlook or take for granted to a guy that's valuable. If he could be a decent center fielder, I would be all over that. All over it.
No, for sure. And
I'm with Acuna too, but I love this shit. I love that they're experimenting. I love it.
I actually think this is gonna sound crazy, right? Because everybody thinks about center field. Oh my God, center field. I think if you can cover the ground, I think if you get good jumps on the ball, in many ways, center field is a little bit easier than playing the corners. Now, you have to be able to cover the grounds,
yes,
and get good jump. Well, McNeil's not slow, so he should be able to cover ground. Now, it's a matter of, is he going to be able to get those jumps? I also think it's easier to read the ball in center field. You have more room for error in center field. You understand what I'm saying?
You have to be more aggressive, though. You have to be much more aggressive in center field because I played. Okay, the ground, you got to go. If you know there's a ball in the gap that's catchable, not a line drive, you have to be able to cover at least 100 feet. And that's not easy. 100 feet is 10 more feet than first from home to first. Okay, and that's on angle. And you got to be able to take a certain route. Be able to do that, then you're okay. But there's certain people are made up for center field. There's a reason they put athletic people out there. There's a big reason because you have to cover ground, you have to take angles, and you have to take sharp turns. Okay,
which is exactly what I'm saying, Eddie.
Yeah. If I'm getting in my bag,
if no.
You're breaking news to me. You're breaking news to me with this McNeil thing. You're giving me all types of ideas going on here.
Yeah, no, that's what they're talking about. But not everybody's taking it as you are and say this is phenomenal. Like this is I forget what you said.
They're saying I'm crazy. But if he plays a decent center fucking field, we're set. We're set. Again, he's got to be good. Not saying he's got to be. If he's good, we are set. And I'm with Acuna too. I want to listen. I think Acuna might not have, he's small. I don't know if he has the arm for it. I don't know if McNeil does either. But we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, I know people made a big deal about Nimmo and his arm out in center field. I think McNeil might have a little bit better of an arm than Nimmo does. So
he has a much better arm than Nimmo's got a fucking noodle. He can't. I mean, he's got nothing there.
So I think he'll be fine there. I think he'll be fine there. But yeah, that's big news, and that's the big worry with everybody. Is like, what do we do in center field now? And I remember we were talking about, who's gonna go down, Acuna and Beatty, and I'm pretty sure I said it because I say it all the time.
80 staying, brother.
This stuff takes
He's
care of
staying up.
itself. Yeah, this stuff takes care of itself. So he might he might have a chance
He's
to
had 40
actually.
at bats too, heck.
Yeah, and they're not good. They're not good
He's hit
because you want to talk.
175, I think, on the
You
year.
want to talk about his 40 at
There we
bats,
go. There we go. Wow.
but it might
Wow.
not matter. It may not matter because of the injury, and that's what I felt like. That's why I was a little surprised today when they
Okay.
said McNeil was still down in St. Lucie and was going to play center field tomorrow, because I thought obviously part of them not putting Siri on the IL was because of what they were going to do today, because
Right.
Griffin
It's
Canning
pitching.
was sick, right? Like like sometimes I don't understand people. Like, do we pay attention to what the hell these guys say, to what's going on? They had told us all along they were gonna have to call somebody up or some way somehow use a sixth starter. They do what they do today, and people interpret that as that being
The
what
end
they're
all be
doing
all.
as this.
Final
No, no,
result.
no, no, but not even that. Like, this was the situation where they used the sixth starter, and it's not. They still have to kind of figure that out, but it is in the sense that it was done, and now Hagen. I mean, now Canning gets pushed back, but it was done today because
Yes.
Canning was sick, not
Yeah.
because this is how they wanted to do it. So that's maybe even why they had to go with a bullpen game
Yeah.
instead of maybe calling a starter up who
By
they
the
could
way,
have who they could have conditioned more or better prepared to come up and make a start. You know what I'm saying? They decided to do this because it came maybe a little bit sooner than they wanted to. Yes,
by
you
the
were
way,
gonna say something. I know
yeah.
what you're gonna say, and yeah, it was phenomenal.
Now
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna bring up one pitch I kind of got it out for. All right, and he's in the bullpen, and he
I've
hasn't
got
been
you.
good since last September.
Are we gonna go here? Go ahead. I thought you was gonna go somewhere else.
Nah, I'm
'Cause
I'm calling out Jose Budo. This
oh,
guy's not been a
okay, 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 okay,
This
okay,
guy's
okay.
he's been absolute
Yes.
average at best, average to below average since last September. When I mean, he's never has a clean inning. He used. There was a point where I trusted this guy. He was in my circle of trust. I don't trust this guy at all. I got more trust in Danny Young than I got in Budo. He's
It's funny
looking
because
fucking
I thought that's
trash.
who you was gonna pounce on. I thought you were gonna pounce on Danny Young.
No,
I'm like, really? Do we need to
no,
go
he
there?
hasn't even been that bad. Budo's been absolute trash. I'm trying to keep my F bombs. I'm trying to keep it. He's been trash. And Hector, you go back to last September. Last year,
Mhm.
there was a point when it was Budo, Nunez, Diaz. It was lights out. The game was over. Now, I
No,
don't
yeah,
trust Budo
like
at
you said,
all.
it stopped being that for a while. No, I'm right there with you. You surprised me there, but I'm right there with you. I probably would have forgot
He-
to bring that up, but I don't trust Budo either. I
oh, he
just don't.
stinks.
I just don't. I don't know if I don't know if he has any options, because I saw today they were talking about. I was reading an article, and one of the parts
He
of the
was
article,
trash in the playoffs, too, by the way.
yeah, one of the parts of the article was, well, like, oh, the Mets are gonna have some interesting decisions to make when Daniel Nunez and Blackburn are ready to go, and the only guys with options are, I think, are Danny Young, Reed Garrett, Max Kranick, and
All the
Brazoban.
guys that are good. Well, Danny
Right,
Young.
and they were like, "Oh, none of these guys deserve to go down." Actually, I don't even think they mentioned Danny Young. I think they mentioned those other three guys, Brazoban, Kranick, and Reed Garrett. They were like, "How can you send any of these guys down
Yeah.
to bring?" But obviously, you want to bring Nunez up and Blackburn up, right? You're gonna need to use them and stuff like that. So, but again, these things, and obviously, I don't even like saying it, but these things have a way of taking care of themselves, whether it be through injury, through whatever the case may be. And sometimes, what did I say the last show, Eddie? What
Tell
did I
me.
say the last show about guys being sent down, and
Oh,
sometimes you
yeah,
got
it
to
doesn't
do it
matter.
because of numbers, and guys don't lose your mind. And listen, I didn't see much today because I wasn't really on social media as much. I was just posting what I was posting, and I was working at the same time and all that good stuff. But I don't think anybody lost their mind when, as a formality, Max Kranick was optioned to the minors, right?
He
And
had to
he'll
be.
probably,
He had to. Even though he's
yeah,
been
but
spotless.
but it was just a numbers game. It was just to be able to bring this guy up,
Options, numbers, I get it.
and this is why they didn't put Siri on the IL. So let's explain that. Partially why they didn't put Siri on the IL. Also, not my thought, which was they're waiting for either Alvarez or McNeil to be ready, so that could be
Right.
the move because they're not bringing up a center fielder. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was thinking. But no, it was also because Canning was sick, and they wouldn't have to call up a pitcher. And now, with calling up a pitcher, they had to send somebody down.
Right.
But because they're not going to put someone on the IL, they are able to call up the person that they send down without having to wait the required 10 games.
Options,
So
yeah, 10 days. I got you.
Not chronic. What's my
It's all
head?
good. It's all good.
Cranic. It's almost 420. Cranic.
There you
My
go.
nephews ain't here. Cranic. Bad example, heck.
We gotta get this. We gotta get a sponsor from.
Yeah, right. Shut up. Cranic. Cranic. Will probably be back up here tomorrow, if not Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like Cranic is never gonna leave the team. You know, so that was just my little, yeah, that was just my little sidebar with that.
But how do you feel about Budo? Are you as pissed off as me with him?
No, yeah. Listen, you want me to show you my post from today? When I just kept putting up the vomit emojis and all that stuff, like get him out this damn game. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're lock, stock, and barrel right with me.
I've been off Buto for a while already. But honestly, where I thought you was gonna go is to give credit, as we're all over the place. And ladies and gentlemen, you know how this is. This is just like blunt thoughts. Ain't no. We just go, baby. We just go. We just go with the flow. But where I thought you was gonna go was give Brazoban and what's his face? And Hagenman.
Oh, Hagenman. Yeah.
For their outing today. Because they did a hell of a job. Brazoban. Now I forget. Let me check that up real quick. Did Brazoban go 1 or 2 innings? Did he get to go 1 or 2 innings?
I think he went 1 and 2, 1.2 or something like that. I think it was. Let me check.
What it was?
Let me check. Check, please. Check the chat up there.
I was gonna check. I was gonna check it right now. Don't worry, I got you.
Make sure because I'm all over the place. As you can see, we're not too organized here at Mets Talk Unfiltered because we'll just go off on one player and then we lose all train of thought.
Yeah, and we know we're doing the show and still don't have enough time to get ready. But Brazoban actually went 1 inning. Went 1 inning with a walk and a K. Now I don't know if he started the second inning and just didn't get any outs, but because they only
So he only went 1.
He only went 1 inning, but like I said, he might have started the second, didn't get an out. Maybe he walked his first batter and took him out.
1.1, 1.2. I don't know.
Right. But he didn't get an out, is what it seems like to me from the way they have it on the box score. So if you don't get an out, you may have gone more than 1 inning, but it's hard to tell on the box score because they only put 1 inning. You understand what I'm saying? But I thought he may have started the second. I was like in and out of the game at that point. I was working. And then Hagenman with 3 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, and
he was solid. He was solid.
Pretty damn good. And then your boy Buto came in.
Probably not.
But at least he probably earned himself. No. Listen, we're talking about the numbers and how we don't have room now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna.
I was impressed with him because to be honest, I didn't think we were going to get much out of him. I thought he was going to get lit up a little bit, and he didn't.
No, yeah, he did pretty damn good. So at minimum, I would say he earned himself another shot, another call up from. This is going to happen again eventually, right? For one reason or another, we're going to need somebody to come in and give us some innings real quick. Boom, you know what I'm saying? A 26th man in a doubleheader or something like that. That'll be Hagenman. He'll probably be the first guy to get the call. As long as he's in line, as long as he's in line and stuff. But
what would you would give a rating? He's rock solid, man. He's rock solid.
My apologies, Eddie. I didn't hear you. I switched the screen to
the ask you, if you were to give a rating 1 to 10 of this bullpen, what would you give it? I'm gonna give it an 8. And I'm going to take away from 2 people. It's going to be Diaz gives you a -1 and Budo's -2 right there. Those are my 2 guys that I have the least trust in. Are those 2, Diaz and Budo. And I'm even more down on Budo Today I'm on Diaz. Now Diaz at least still has his slider. But that fastball worries me with Diaz. I need to see triple digits, Hector. I need to see triple digits.
Yeah. We didn't, like I said before, we don't really talk and plan stuff out. But you would think we planned that out because I'm right there with you. Yeah, I would give them an 8. I would give them an
Hey,
8.
right?
Yeah, and I would say an 8 because of I wouldn't say that a point each for Buto and Diaz, but yeah, pretty much that's what it is.
Yeah.
8 because of those two guys. So yeah. But I just wanted to bring these two guys up here and shout out to my guy Rudy. Shout out to Rudy for helping us out with these numbers and stuff.
Yeah, thank
What
you,
we do
Rudy.
have, if anybody does plan anything and puts in some work, guys, it's Rudy. Eddie and I
Yes.
just come up here and talk shit. But I wanted to highlight Brazoban, and he has my guy Kranik here, who's done the damn thing.
He's been
as well.
so solid, bro. And Chronic, another guy. So solid.
Phenomenal,
So solid.
both those guys, phenomenal. And we don't have Hageman here, but we know what we like. I said,
Look at that ERA on Chronic. 1 point. That's solid, man.
No, both of them, bro. Both of them. Both of them.
10K, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at Brazoban. 073.
You can't touch him. Can't touch him.
At all.
Good. It's good. Listen, it's a good problem to have, man. You always need to. It's how you win in baseball, especially in the playoffs. You win with your bullpen. Yeah, the starters will take you only so far, but remember, after 3 times through the order, those hitters start coming around. You know what I'm saying? And we see it. You see it almost every game. That's why Holmes is the way he is, because he can't. Third time around, he kind of hits the wall, like you were saying.
Yep. But I have all the confidence in the world that he'll be able to figure that out. He'll be able to figure that out little by little. It's early, and at least he's not getting knocked around. That's the good thing. He's not getting knocked around. It's not like oh my gosh, he's not. It's just
not solid.
He gets to a point where it's like boom.
Yeah.
Yep. What else you got on your
fucking Soto? 0 for 5 today, man. 0 for 5. This is where I'm gonna get in on Soto. If there was ever we needed Soto to come in and step up, and he had his chance, he didn't do it. I thought he was 0 for 5 today. He's 1 for 4.
He looks like 1 for 4. I can double check. You're right. 0 for 5 today.
Yeah, he was 0 for 5.
Today, yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
you got to be better. And I love Soto, and I know what he's done to this lineup. But, dude, today was a day we needed a bomb. We need a home run. We need a good at-bat, especially in that 9th inning, 10th. You got to be better. You got to be a superstar. Superstars elevate you. Superstars win games for you. And yes, his WAR and his walks are great, but the average is down, okay? And the RBIs aren't where they need to be. Juan Soto's got to step up. And I've been nice to Soto all year. But today was a day. 0 for 5. I'm sorry, unacceptable. I'm getting the full portion, as you see. Unacceptable. You can't go 0 for 5 in a game like today. Should have won that shit. Should have won it.
I'm giving you the full screen because then I want to give myself the full screen and give this look.
Yeah.
After what we've been through the last couple of shows with our conversations at Juan Soto, where I'm saying, did we sign Omar Vizquel? Did we sign a table setter? Or did we sign a star? Did we sign a game changer, a game breaker? And you're finally seeing it the way that I see it today. Where you say, I need you to be a star. Today was the game. Now you see what I'm talking about, bro. Now you see what now I don't want to hear this about he's getting on base, he's taking his walks. No. We need you to be a game changer.
He's off. He's off. He's not on the pitches like he used to be. He's off. He's up there. He's thinking too much. I could see it. He's thinking breakable. He's not. You could tell they're throwing him breakables and his knees are buckling. Can't have that. So if I'm the rate Soto 1 through 10 on the season, he gets a 5. I don't know what the chat's gonna rate him. For me right now, he's a fucking 5, and that's being generous. I'm giving him a generous 5. Should really be a fucking 3 with the money he's getting paid. Unbelievable.
Oh, we're gonna throw the money in there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the money in there. I'm gonna throw the money in there.
I,
Yeah, yeah,
I,
I am.
I'm glad you did this and not me. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to broach this subject with Eddie because he's probably gonna piss me off when he's gonna tell me it doesn't matter. I don't care. He's still
Nah,
getting on
today was the
base.
day, man. I'm sorry. Open file. I can't have it.
What did you think about his comments with the whole,
Judge shit. He should have
it's
shut his
definitely
fucking mouth.
different.
He should have shut his fucking mouth. Seriously. You don't say shit like that. Shut your mouth. You don't say that. And I get Judge is the best. I get it. But you don't say that in a brand new team because it makes guys like Alonso and Lindor feel bad. You don't want to. Pete's killing it right now. I'm going to kill this guy? Come on. He shouldn't have said that. And I'll give him a pass. But, yo, keep that shit to yourself, man. We know Judge is the best. But you just went across town. You gotta prop up these guys. You gotta be saying how good Pete Alonso's been. Don't be saying that shit about Judge. And I get it. I'm with you on Judge. Soto, I'm right there with you on Judge. He's the best. He's the best hitter in the game, no doubt. Tim and Ohtani 1-2, no, without question.
I actually didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it. You know why I didn't have a problem with it? And I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say you're wrong. He probably shouldn't have said it. But we asked for honesty. We asked for honesty from our players, right? And when we get that honesty, if we don't like what we are hearing, then we say, shut the fuck up. And to me, it's like, no, don't shut the hell up. Tell me what you're thinking. I may not like it. I may be like, yo, that is the dumbest shit I ever heard. Whatever the hell my reaction may be. But I appreciate when these guys are honest. I wasn't mad at Max Scherzer when he said what he said. He was honest. He brought light to the situation. You understand what I'm saying? But people took that as an offense. Oh my God. No, and he wasn't wrong. It's worked out great. So we want to throw it in his face. But he wasn't wrong about what the franchise was doing. They did what they did. You understand what I'm saying? And now we got Acuna out of all those moves. We got this,
Thank
we
God.
got that. And yeah. And we're happy. And it's thank God. And it's, screw Max Scherzer. But for me, no. I don't have a problem with these guys being honest. But like you said, that was exactly my reaction when I saw that. Okay, no duh. We know Judge is the best hitter in the game.
Of course.
What I really wanted was I wanted to see how he said it, Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish there was video. And then I'm thinking to myself, he was probably led to that answer. Whether Mike,
they might have tricked
him. Not even tricked him, but just on some, hey, Juan, it seems like it's a little bit different for you this year, different start than last year. It seems like you're being pitched differently. What do you think? And he probably just said, yeah, it's definitely different. Last year, I had the best hit in the game, Aaron Judge, So, yeah, the pitchers are not challenging me as much. But
you
later
don't
on in the article,
that when Pete's having the year he's having.
Right, but he also went on to give Pete credit, too. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been innocent. It could have been innocent. When it's in print, it's left up into interpretation. And sometimes as fans, right, especially because we're sensitive about it, and Yankee fans are going to have fun with it, we get a little bent out of shape about it too. But I don't think it was really that much of a big deal. We'll see if it affects them. I do want to ask you something with this because I thought about Lindor too, as Lindor being, the unofficial captain, even Nimmo, whatever. What did they think about these?
I can't stand that captain shit. I can't stand it.
Okay, whatever. Relax, Eddie. The leader of the team, whatever.
Okay, leader, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? You brought it up. What did he think, right? So whether you want to look at him as a captain or not, his opinion is important, even though he wasn't talking about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. These guys see, and listen, I'm the first to admit we read into these things too much, but these guys seem a little off to me. Juan Soto seems like still too professional. He still seems like he's a free agent sometimes, or a free agent to be. Like, dude, wake the fuck up. You're not in a walk year anymore. This is home. Start talking like it. Start acting like it. Francisco Lindor seems a little off to me this year. He has been for a while, so I don't want to say it's because of this. But even today, even last night with the errors and his comments after the game, and I understand being down after the errors, because that would have been me too. I would have been hard on myself too. But even like the body language, like I don't know. to me, I would think that Francisco Lindor would have came this year and really been Mr. Smiles after his year one last year. Like, yo, you got all the love. You figured it out on the field. You figured it out off the field how to deal with the fans. And I don't know if it was here or in my own show where I talked about he kind of has it, but he kind of has it. Or maybe it was in a call that I made to the fan where you could tell sometimes the way he answers questions, like even the off season where there was an interview and he was like, "Oh, I know what you guys are looking for." Where they asked him like the best bowman last year. You know what I'm saying? And he kept like deflecting and saying, "Oh, the team this, the team did this, the team did that." And he's like, "Oh, but I know what you guys are looking for. You guys are looking for me to say the home run against Atlanta." And it's like, "Yeah, dude, that's what we're looking for you to say." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You figured this out or you haven't figured this out. Like sometimes we just want you to throw us that little nugget. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm being long-winded. I apologize. But did you notice have you noticed anything funny or even today after the Soto comments, like even with Lindor, like his body language, like he seems a little perturbed.
I mean, with Lindor, again, he's gotten off to a better start than I thought. Again, if I had to rate him 1 through 10, I'd give him a 6. I think that's about a fair judgment. But I think he needs to. I think him and Soto, they like you said, they look like they're taking this shit too serious. They got to relax a little bit and calm down. Like they just got to get in the groove, and they just seem off. The both of them. And they just need to let the ball go. And look, Soto hit 2 home runs this series, right? Today he was terrible, but he hit 2 home runs. So
yeah, the first one was a meaningless one.
Right?
Yeah.
No, and I get it, but at least it's a home run. You know, there's guys that go, a month or so.
I'm having fun with that, Eddie, just because I heard so much shit about Pete Alonso hits meaningless home runs and this and that I'm gonna have fun.
Lucas Studer was the king of meaningless home runs.
No, of course, but excuse me. Recently, we've heard that with Pete too. So.
Hang in there.
My bad, bro. My bad. I'm
sorry. Patting you back,
I'm my bad. Go ahead.
No, man. Again, like I said there, bro. Look, are we coming home now? Yes, right?
Yeah. We come home for St. Louis. And for anybody that's wondering,
that's right. That's why I got the red on.
Eddie has his nice blazer, and I'm wearing my hoodie because I wanted to honor Soto. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like Soto's been with the hoodie on and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like it's been cold there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Is he cold or is he trying to hide? Like you're not ready for the spotlight? Like what's going on, bro?
Just you're tearing into him, huh?
I love Juan Soto. I'm tearing into him.
Yeah,
you just undressed him.
Rightfully so.
I agree.
Rightfully so.
But listen, at the same time, we know, Eddie knows, and I know that he's gonna be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we're frustrated.
You said he was gonna be perfect all year. You said, I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about him being booed or anything. If we don't shape it up, he might get booed this homestand.
Yeah, he might.
If we go on the losing streak right now, and he doesn't, and he comes up in situations like today with bases loaded and doesn't freaking get the job done, yeah, for sure.
Boo! I don't believe in booing the players. I'm not a booer.
Yeah, but, you know, Carlos. If it wasn't for your convincing, I would have never wanted Pete back.
What did he say? I want to read that again. What did he say?
You want to read that? You really want to read that again? You really want to read that again? Where he says, "Heck is always talking shit." Now he's right there. He's right there. If there's anything I could do is talk shit. I had to convince Hector that Pete should be re-signed.
Okay. Oh, so he was all right. So he's sort of on the fence with it, with the Pete thing.
Oh, he wasn't on the fence. He knew what side he was on. I'll let him tell you.
I'll be honest.
He's trying to tell you what side he was on. He knew what side he was on. He wasn't on no fence. He was clearly on one side of the fence.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Listen, Carlos and I had a lot of fun over the winter, both in my shows, privately, texting each other one-on-one. I think we even offered to take flights and duke it out.
Really? Okay. All right.
Nah. I'm having fun, man. I'm unfiltered tonight.
Oh, I'm fun. Unfiltered, baby. Unfiltered, baby. Unfiltered.
Patty says Soto is speech protection.
He is.
Careful with Patty.
So far.
From in front of him, You know what's piece protection? Himself not swinging at them stupid
That's his
pitches in
bad
the dirt,
pitches.
bro.
Down and away. They'll slide it down and away. He used to get caught on it every time, especially last year. Even in 2023, he was terrible with it.
So. Right. Eddie, we said we're going to try to do a quick 45 minute to hour show, mainly because of me, right? I don't know where you want to go now, but I know where I want to go.
Lead away. Lead away.
I know where I want to go, and I'm gonna go here. Okay. I'm gonna go here with explosive diarrhea, bro. And everybody knows.
Can we get his stats up, by the way? Can we get his?
Everybody knows how
up
much I love Brandon Nimmo, bro. I got you, Eddie. I got you, my brother. Everybody knows how much I love Brandon Nimmo, bro. I love Brandon Nimmo, the player. I love Brandon Nimmo, the person. I don't know him, but I've talked to him little. You know what I'm saying? And just from seeing him, what we see, I don't think there's anything you cannot like about Brandon Nimmo, the person, unless you're one of these people that you get into the politics and you just like a person because of where he aligns himself, or you just like a person because of his religion or his faith. I don't give a damn about none of that stuff. No. But honestly,
he seems
when
like
it comes to his faith, I appreciate Brandon Nimmo there too. But just
But I don't give a shit about Nimmo the fucking person. I give a shit about Nimmo the player. I could care less what he fucking thinks.
You had your solo on Soto. Let me take this solo, because this is my deal right here. I'm trying to set it up because I'm going to tear him up. I love Brandon Nimmo, but I have a segment that I do on Blunt Thoughts where I say, this makes me sick. Well, Brandon Nimmo's approach to the play makes me freaking sick, Eddie. It makes me sick. And when Brandon Nimmo first started switching to finding a little power and all of that stuff, I had no problem with it. Going back to 2023, I was calling for Brandon Nimmo to be dropped to the middle of the order. When we were looking back then for protection for Pete Alonso, and Brandon Nimmo was doing what he was starting to do, I said, well, maybe we have it here with the way the team is constructed with Brandon Nimmo. And people were laughing at me. And then ended up happening. And he has stunk ever since, pretty much. Yeah, he's hit more home runs, but his average has dropped. And I try to, it's okay. I fought people. He's trying to make an adjustment. He has to find that balance. And he talked about it himself, even his offseason. But what the hell are we doing, bro? And then now, like I said before, early in the year, he swung first pitch with the bases loaded. And again, here I was defending Brandon Nimmo. But it's every damn time now, Eddie. It's every time he's swinging first pitch with men on base and flying the hell out. If you're going to do that, you better be successful. If you're going to swing first pitch, it better not be a damn breaking ball 7 out of 10 times. It better be a fastball. It better be something you're going to mash over the damn wall if that's what you're trying to do. You better succeed. It's driving me crazy. And it's not just him. It's team-wide. We saw today in the 10th, Jesse Winker did it. Lindor does it all the damn time, too. I'm sick of it. And I like Eric Chavez when I hear him speak. But if he's behind this shit, then he needs to go. Because it doesn't make sense. And it hasn't been working. So what the hell are you doing? Are you now scared to hit with a strike, with 2 strikes? You can't take pitches? I don't believe that in Brandon Nimmo. We always loved his approach. He was always somebody who supposedly works the count, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that guy.
But the pitch count out. What happened is Jeremy Barnes trying to make him a power hitter. And now he's stuck there, bro.
But
and it makes me sick.
You do understand. If you're going to be a power hitter, you need to hit to all fields. I'm sorry, but Nimmo has no power to left field. If you
he has power because
he does not.
Yes, he does. He has plenty of home runs. He has plenty of home runs to left center field. Yes, he does, Eddie. He's almost. He's just trying to pull more than anything now.
If you're gonna be a power hitter, which he's not. He's not a fucking power. He's a true hitter. He's not a power hitter. His true personality as a hitter is a guy that gets on base, that gets doubles, that'll hit you 15 to 20 home runs and get on base at a 350, 360 clip. That's who he is. He's trying to be someone who he's not. He's not a guy that has power to left field. He doesn't. Why do you think the left fielder plays him shallow? You know why, Hector? Because he hits line drives hits the ball hard, but he hits it to shallow
Well,
left
that's
field.
what he used to do.
So the left
The
field
limo
is
that you
coming.
won, that's what he does. Yes, but don't tell me he doesn't have power because he can hit the ball out to left field.
Yeah,
He's
but
not trying to.
he's
He's
not.
not trying
Bro,
to,
he's
Eddie.
not a real power threat the way other
He's
guys are.
selling out to
That's
right
what I'm
field.
trying to
He's not.
explain.
He's not. But he's selling out to
That's
right
my
field.
point. That's
He's
my
selling
point.
out to right field is a problem.
If
That's
you're
why
going
he's
to be
trying
a
to swing
power
early in
hitter,
the count. He's being aggressive early in the count. And I get it. I understand. When you're trying to, but you're supposed to be hunting fastballs to do that. And he's not. How many times have we seen Brandon Nimmo? And I wish I was good at this stuff. To look it up fast enough. How many times are these first pitch swing that he's doing are on breaking balls? It turns my stomach. It
right?
makes me freaking sick, bro.
No,
You're
rightfully
not
so.
supposed to swing ahead in the count, especially in those situations. If it's not your damn pitch, it's supposed to be a pitch you're supposed to dominate, bro. And yeah, of course, you get a cookie down the middle and it's a breaking ball, you should be able to dominate. But you're not doing it. You're not doing it. And obviously, the other teams are seeing, you know what? When there's men on base, Brandon Nimmo and Francisco Lindor and the Mets overall, but especially those two guys, they're going to first pitch swing. So you know what we're going to do? We're not throwing them any fastballs first pitch. One of these two dopes going to realize that. Especially Nimmo. When are you going to realize that?
Nimmo's approach has been absolutely horrific. It's been horrific. He's a guy, again, he's a prototypical leadoff hitter. That's what he is. He's not who he's pretending to be, this power hitter. He's not. And if you're going to be a power hitter, then you better start turning on balls. And I haven't seen that. He turns on balls for doubles, but he's not turning on balls for home runs. I don't know what the hell this Chavez is doing, but the way the New York Mets are bottom third in almost every single offensive category. We are top 5 in almost every single pitching category. And we are wasting this with god-awful offense. Besides Pete Alonso, this lineup has been horrendous. Horrendous. You know how good would be if we just had like an average lineup? We'd probably have about 5 more wins. Running away with shit. It's not where they need to be. And we need better. Maybe they get hot at home. I don't know. Maybe it's cold weather. I don't know. But I want to be a first place team. Phillies are right there. Phillies are going to roll over and die? You don't think the Braves, when they start getting their guys back, are going to come back? You think the Braves are going to stay where they are? You're fooling yourself if you're thinking that. They got too much talent on the team. So it's best to take advantage when you have the time. And right now, they're not taking advantage of great pitching. Great pitching. Bullpen and starting pitching. They're giving you, today they went out there with a bullpen game, and look what they did. Should have been a winnable game. Offense doesn't step up. Soto's 0 for 5. I don't know what did Nimmo do today. I don't even know what his final line was. I'm sure it was garbage.
Today he was 1 for 4 with a walk. He was
Mid.
1 for 4 with a walk.
Mid to bad.
I've kept this comment up here because I think it's a good comment. And it's something that I agree with to a certain extent. And Cindy, who's great, says exactly, Hector. So many fans used to complain about how much he would walk and take pitches.
And he was better. That's who he is.
I was one of those. No. Not when he first came up. That was not better.
You talk about
he first came up. When he first came up, that was equally disgusting. It was like swing the fucking bat, bro. You come up here just to take walks, swing the bat. And then he evolved. He evolved into a better hitter. Into a guy that, yes, he gave you a good at bat. He would get those doubles, like you said. He would have that 350 on base, all of that. That was
400 on base.
And then he added the home runs a little bit. And I didn't have a problem with it. Right? I didn't have a problem with it.
Right.
But now it's gone too much that way. And it's become equally disgusting as it was when he came up. Because now it's like you've gone completely opposite of that. And I just need you to I just need him to find that balance, right? Then she adds something else here. He is not a number 4.
I just said this to the chat.
I know. She says again, I agree. He's not a number 4. She's saying that with you. I disagree with you guys, especially in the new baseball, right? Especially in the new baseball. I'm not saying he's a typical. I'm what, Eddie? Go ahead.
Come on.
Because I love when you say you're this. Go ahead. I'm what? Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Again, we just went over what the hell's wrong with the guy. The guy's not a prototypical clean. He's not a
But are you listening to me? Do you listen to what I said? I'm not disagreeing with that, Eddie. I hate what he is right now. How many times I got to say that? I hate what he is right now. But what I'm telling you is, what I'm telling you is, if he was the hitter that you're talking about that he was, right? That's that D50 hitter. I don't need him to hit a fucking home run because you always think I want the home run. If he's a good hitter, I have no problem with hitting 4 or 5 or anything like that because I have confidence that if he could be that hitter that we want him to be, he can give me a good at bat. That's what I'm saying. But I hate Nimmo right now. How many times I gotta say that? 2 things can be true. It drives me crazy when you guys do that. Listen to what I'm saying. I hate what he is right now, but I think if he can be the hitter that we all want him to be, you would have no problem with him hitting 4th. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. The same way people were telling me Alonso couldn't do this. Well, look at what the hell he's doing. They could do it. They just gotta do it, man. They need to do it. They have the talent. They just gotta do it. That's the problem. They need to do it, man. Drives me crazy. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying. It just drives me nuts. Listen to what I'm saying. I agree with you. Right now, he sucks. Right now, he sucks. I agree with that. So stop trying to drill that in my head because I'm not disagreeing with that. But if he was the hitter that you think he is, the hitter you're describing, you wouldn't have a problem with him hitting anywhere in the lineup because he would be getting the job done. That's what I'm telling you. That's the difference. It's the difference between getting the job done and being able to get the job done. He can get it done. He's just not doing it, Eddie.
It's a matter of execution. And you're right. And
that's what it is.
Look, I don't care if he hits fucking 10, 15 home runs. But he hits, and it gives me, and he hits 288 because nowadays hitting 280 is a fucking unicorn. He does that. Seriously, he does that. I'm good. He gets on base. I'm good. But this guy that he's pretending to be, I mean, I don't know if he thinks he thinks he's Kyle Schwarber. He thinks he's got power to go all over the place. He doesn't, and it's a problem for me. It's a problem. That's why I'm not happy with him. That's why I like when Marte hits 4th, to be honest with you, because I know what I'm going to get out of Marte. Marte's not going to swing out of his shoes. Marte's going to move the runner over. Marte's smart. Nimmo's pretending to be something.
Marte sometimes comes up there, too, and gives you 3 swings that you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, but you know what?
Let's not get crazy here. Come on. Let's not get crazy here,
Marte's a professional at bat.
So is Nimmo when he's right.
What? Of course, but who the fuck is this guy? Who's this guy pretending to be Brandon Nimmo? That's my point. So I'm not going to get crazy. Not going to get crazy. If this team starts hitting,
well, in order for them to start hitting, they need to stop doing the things that we're talking about.
We're 100 with this team. If this team hit top 10, we're 100+ win team. That's how good they are.
Shout out to my guy Jonathan who says bring back Chili Davis. I used to like Chili Davis, but people wanted to run him out of town too. We always want to run
2020. See, the COVID year, I think he was here.
That's the year they fired him. No, he was here before the COVID year. He was here in 2019. He was here the COVID year, and then 21. I think 21 might have been the year they fired him. The whole Donnie Stevens and Quaterbaum and all that garbage.
Right.
Because he was in 2020. He was the coach, but he wasn't with the team because of the pandemic. I don't know if he was like, you know what I'm saying? So he was away from the team while still being the coach. And
right. Now it's all coming back.
Yeah. Chavez took the lead. I think that's when they kind of like bring Barnes in to kind of assist.
2022, I think, was Chavez's first year.
But you're right. Chavez wasn't there. You're right. So I don't know who the hell was handling the coaching. Because I think he wasn't there physically with the team in 2020.
Right,
He was still the hitting coach.
I remember all that. But look, the approach is the approach. You talk about Chili Davis is a guy that's here 5-6 years ago. That guy's, he's even hired. If he was so good, he'd be hired by another team. You know what I'm saying? see, you could believe that. But again, everybody wrote the Mets off last year too. I think they have too much talent to not be a decent team. I'm not going to just I think they have too much talent on the team the way they're playing. I'm not writing them off after 18 games.
Yeah, I'd never write the
Braves. Tell me
off.
delusion all you want. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm right there with you with that delusion, and not because I believe in the Braves. I don't know nothing about these Braves right now. I will just never write off the Braves. That's an organization that they know how to get it done. Right. That's the kind of level that we want to be on right now.
You and their guys are just coming back. What's his name? Swelling back or whatever. He just pitched his first game.
Strider pitched his first game today.
Who was it?
Strider.
There you go. And they're starting to get their guys back. So if you don't like they're gonna be a 500 team. They ain't gonna be below 500. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Right.
The Braves are in this division, and we haven't played them. What do we play them? 12 times now? You think those 12 games are gonna be easy?
No. I think
they
it's
got 13. A lot of talent. That lineup is still good.
I think it's 13 games, not for sure. I never write the Braves off. Cindy, listen, I agree with you guys. That's what I'm saying. Right now, we're almost at the point where I don't want Nimmo in the lineup. So how we're batting fourth. So I agree. Right now, he stinks. I'm just not gonna say he can't never hit fourth. I'm not gonna go where Ramos goes, where Nimmo can't get the most opportunities with running his scoring position. Like you could really control that. He still had opportunities today, and he wasn't batting fourth. Like that, the game is gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're struggling, the game is finding Nimmo in those situations right now.
Yeah, look, man, he's just got to again. I think a lot of these guys are all in the same kind of predicament. They're in their heads. They're overthinking. They're in slumps, and it's carrying over. It's carrying over into the field with Lindor. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Good to come home. It's familiar territory. I think with this homestand, we're going to be all right.
You think Lindor is carrying his struggles onto the field?
I think sometimes he does. I think, and last year I didn't think he was doing that, but this year I do. And it's not like him, but I kind of see it a little bit. He's kind of.
That's why that's why I kind of been wondering if there's something else going on. I don't know what. Don't ask me.
He just had a kid, he's got a lot.
Yeah. That's still, yeah. So, but I don't like to go there because
of course.
People get offended with this stuff.
Personal shit either. I don't want.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's both sides of the ball with Lindor at times, and then there's other times he makes a great fucking play, and I'm just like, yo, okay, do your thing.
Right. Diarrhea. I don't want to scream at Eddie anymore. So, I was even scared to bring up this comment by you. I hate Soto batting second. Eddie loves it. Eddie doesn't want to move him from there. Eddie thinks I'm crazy. And I don't want to get into it. I hate Soto batting second. I think he should be hitting third. To start the season, I wanted Vientos there because I wanted Vientos to be protected between Lindor and Soto. That was my idea. Now, some people have suggested putting Nimmo at 2. I kind of I could understand that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But to me, bottom line is Juan Soto should be batting third. And Pete Alonso, who is the quintessential cleanup hitter, should be batting fourth. But again, I don't want to get into it. Eddie and I have gotten into this many a times. We're going to agree to disagree forever on this topic.
I don't think there's nothing's going to convince me ever. I always want Lindor and Soto 1-2. And I like Pete and Pete 3. I think that's non-negotiable now too. You know what Marte's going to give you, huh? This guy.
He doesn't agree with you on what Marte's going to give you, and that Marte gives you a better or it's better.
Marte's a better hitter.
Come on, Eddie. Come on.
And Nimmo? For his career? We're going career now. Who's the better hitter overall? It's Marte. Oh, for his career.
Okay.
You don't agree? You don't got to give a fuck. Okay.
You don't have to give a fuck because neither do I. I just don't. I don't want to get worked up.
I think Marte's a much better hitter than Nimmo for his career. Not talking year by year. Thank you. The Braves will finish over 500. You can mark that right down. The Braves will finish over 500. You guys that may not like to hear that, but that's the truth. They have too much talent.
Listen, the Braves, look what they did to us in 22. Obviously, you're going to tell me, but they weren't this bad.
I called.
But, yeah.
Called that shit.
I think a lot of us were like terrified.
Oh, I called it from fucking the J. That's why I'll never again. It's one thing that the Braves had guys out, not coming back, and they were just playing like shit. They have too much talent. You got Riley, you got Acuna when he comes back. You got fucking Olsen, who's a huge power hitter. You got Albies. They got the guy in left field. They're stacked, and they always hit.
Yep. Devin
Right?
says Curtis Grannis' hitting coach, who was Philly's hitting coach, was pretty good. I'm gonna
So
assume you're talking about Kevin Long. I love
yeah,
Kevin Long.
I like that.
It's funny. I was actually thinking about Kevin Long recently, and then they were giving on SNY recently. They were giving whatchamacallit, yearbook 2015, and Kevin Long obviously 20 and Kevin Long was obviously there, right? And I was like,
I hate now you're gonna get me back into my PTSD about 2015, and I don't want to.
no, I was like, damn, why didn't we keep Kevin Long? I wish that's one guy that
Why
we
didn't we
always
keep
would.
Daniel Murphy? Let's sign Neil Walker. That's a great.
But Eddie, relax. Forget about that. Don't get into your PTSD. But just Kevin Long is more because he could have still been with us, right? But obviously at that time, I think he had managing aspirations and stuff like that. So that's kind of why,
Oh, he wanted to get paid more than the Wilpon.
And he's still not managing. He's still fucking a hitting coach. So it would have been great.
Let me ask you: do you like Kyle Schwarber?
No, I don't. We've had this conversation before. I can't stand Kyle.
No, me and you have never had the conversation.
Yeah, you asked me this before.
Okay, I have. I'm sorry.
And I told you I can't stand Kyle Schwarber. You love Kyle Schwarber. I can't stand Kyle Schwarber.
I do.
Now, Kyle Schwarber was better last year. I haven't paid attention to what he's done this season. He was better last year. He had a little bit of a better average. He wasn't that all or nothing guy, because that's what he was to me. All or nothing. He told me about his base percentage and all of that nonsense. Get the hell out of here.
He's got great power. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, he has great power. Can't stand Kyle Schwarber.
Okay. Obviously, he's a Philly. I fucking hate him too. But
if no, it has nothing to do with him being a Philly. I can't stand that type of player.
Okay.
I don't like the new take a walk, hit a home run, or strike out. I can't stand it, Eddie.
Okay.
Now, he was very good at hitting the home runs. You want to tell me about his on-base percentage and all of this nonsense? I get it. You're going to win. You're going to win that argument.
Well, I'm not trying to win. I just
No, but I'm saying, because, I don't want to go back and forth. You like him. I'm telling you why I don't like him. You're going to tell me the good things. I'm telling you, you win that. You're right. I don't like that type of player. Now, last year.
Because he's a free agent at the end of the year. That's why I put his name on.
Yeah, I thought last year he was a lot better. His average was a little bit better.
One of the best
yeah. Last year I wouldn't have minded Kyle Schwarber last year. I'm not gonna lie. But before I didn't like him.
I think he even hit like 2 something. Like hit over. He used to hit like 210. I think he even hit like the 260s or 270s, something like that.
Yeah, last year he was pretty damn good. So I'll take that Kyle Schwarber for sure.
I wanted him before he stopped, but whatever. It's a topic for another day.
Shout out to my nephew. One of my nephews says a part of me wants to want to see this conversation because he needs to wake up. Well, maybe Mendy sees it and gives it to him. Dímelo, Mendy, ¿cómo estamos? What's going on?
There you go.
I'm kidding, guys.
Oh, let's fucking go, Nimmo. Enough of this bullshit.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything else, but I think we got into it pretty damn good.
All right, how about here? Well, give me the pitching matchups for the next.
No. We're gonna go there, but before that, anything else any other gripes or anything with what we've been seeing besides the fact that we love the pitching, we love the pitching,
love the bullpen. Besides fucking Bruno and Diaz.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry for cursing. I'm sorry, WFAN.
No, listen,
I cannot curse. Understand that I cannot. I can talk regular. Okay.
This is an X-rated show.
Yeah, bro. This is
for mature audiences only. But even though we try to keep it clean and we try to be respectful of anyone and understand when we do curse, it's not at each other. It's not at you guys. Maybe it's a bad way of expressing ourselves. But that's how we express ourselves sometimes. That's all it is. No offense to anybody.
Exactly.
But yeah, like you said, we love the pitching, except for a couple of things with the bullpen. We want to see this hitting be better, man. We want to see this hitting be better, better situational hitting, be better individually. We want to see more out of Soto, obviously. We want to see a little bit more out of Lindor, who's been better, but is still going through one of his tough starts. It's so much better than what it was last year, though. but he's still going through one of his little slow starts.
Oh,
And
it's much better. He's much better than last year. Much better.
we've played in some tough weather. So like we can't really kill these
Yeah,
guys.
Oakland. I mean, not Oakland. Sacramento. There was okay there. The weather was good.
Yeah, but overall though,
Yeah.
we had the
I mean,
game
City
here in New
Phillies.
York, which was terrible.
Yeah.
Detroit, besides today, wasn't too comfortable. So it's been tough. But now we come home.
There we go.
And sorry, I haven't seen the weather, but I think the weather's gonna be pretty good this weekend. And that's why I tell people, man. People sometimes I had guys last week telling me how the weather was gonna be bad for this weekend. I'm like, really? We're doing that? Don't you think
Wow,
it's
it's
a
all
little bit too early?
TBDs, huh? Heck.
Yeah, it's a little bit too early to worry about the weather, but it's because what I told you, we were already gonna need a sixth starter. Right? We were already gonna need a
You
sixth
said
starter.
that with Stanger. We knew that was coming.
Yeah, and Canning being sick kind of accelerated that. So they're probably waiting
What's
to
wrong
see.
with him exactly? What exactly?
I
Is
don't
this?
even know what's wrong with him, honestly, but he's sick. I don't know if it's the same thing that Winker was dealing with.
Okay.
Last night, Gary Cohen kind of like talked like if it was different than what Winker was dealing with, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
But we know he's sick, so I think a lot of this is part of it is them waiting to see when he's going to be ready to pitch, right? And so he could slot into one of these games probably. But the only guy that we know for sure, I guess, is Kodai Senga, who will.
Right.
The only guy who's fixed is Kodai Senga on that every 6th day. Now I think they talked about keeping Holmes on a 5-day turn this time
around. I was going to ask you. So if it's a 5-day turn,
Holmes pitched on Monday, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe Holmes could go Saturday.
Okay. So wait, no, but Saturday would be Senga, no?
So Thursday, fine. I'm sorry. Friday. Saturday. Yeah. I forget. Yeah. So maybe Holmes could go Friday. Would it be Friday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No. So Holmes will have to go Saturday.
No, but Senga's going Saturday.
I mean Sunday.
Sunday. So they push him back. Okay.
So they're not pushing him back. Don't forget, they've been going every 6 days. Right? Okay. So on a normal 6th day, he would go. He just pitched Monday. Holmes just pitched Monday, right? So he would pitch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I'm using my fingers. Tuesday, Saturday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on a 6-day rotation.
Okay, so Sunday would get
on 5 days would be Saturday. That's why I'm surprised that they don't just have him up here for Sunday. But I know that they had said they might go with him on the 5th day, but it doesn't work. So they'll have to go with him on the 6th day. You're not going to pitch him any further than that. So I don't know why there's TBD for Sunday. I would think.
I wonder if that would benefit him or not.
What's that? An extra day?
Yeah. I wonder if that would benefit him, make him go longer into the game. Again, this is a guy, a reliever. He's coming from being a relief pitcher where you pitch almost.
Right, but he's not getting extra rest, Eddie.
I know. Well, he is technically getting
when
a day, isn't he? Wouldn't it be a day? An extra day? No.
They've been pitching.
They're all on 6 days. I know.
Right.
Right.
So right now, his 6th day would be on Sunday.
It'd be Sunday. Okay. No, but see, that was my
only reason why I thought was because they said they may go every 5 days with him, just one time around.
Right.
So that would be Saturday, but Senga's already there for Saturday. Now I don't know if this has changed. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going by what we've seen here. Shout out to Rudy. Hopefully this is right.
Who's going to open the series for us now?
I guess we'll find out tomorrow. If Canning is ready, maybe he goes tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay.
But I think a lot of it depends on when Canning is ready to go. Is he going to be able to come straight from his sickness right into pitching the game?
It depends what type of sickness. If he has
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
If he has the shits or something, he should be good to go. But if he does, it's something lingering.
But sometimes you get the shits and you get weak. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You got to get dehydrated.
So you might need a couple of extra days,
Right.
So.
But usually 72 hours, you're good to go. I mean.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works out. Sorry, let me see something here.
I'll tell you this. McGill, I've been down on him, man. He's a guy. Come on. I
I
expect
mean,
so much more.
down on him. What, his last start, or down on him overall? Because everybody's been down on him, but
Well,
he
no,
hasn't
no,
been.
no. On the last start, I thought you just every time when you think this guy's got it going, he kind of disappoints, and that's why I get frustrated.
Yeah, yeah. So you could say his last start kind of bring back some of those feelings that I have about him. But I think he's been pretty good this year, except for his last start. I do have an
Right.
update.
Like he's a guy. You look at his brother. His brother stepped up and elevated. He's a closer now in Milwaukee. He's never elevated. He's never
Yeah,
elevated. He's always been he's been consistently inconsistent. It bothers me.
I do have an update, and we have, it looks like, Peterson for Friday.
Okay. All right. Good.
Peterson for Friday,
We just don't know who's going
and
tomorrow.
Canning is going tomorrow.
Okay. I can live with Canning going. I can live with
Canning
that.
is
I,
going
I actually
tomorrow.
I don't mind Canning.
Yeah, so yeah, so we apologize. Don't blame Rudy, guys. Maybe when he did this, it's a lot of work. So possibly when he did the matchups,
Yeah, I'm
they
so
had
surprised
not.
the chat's not killing us right now. Huh.
The chat is probably killing us, but who gives a damn?
Well,
What is that about, Ken? What do you want me to talk to common sense and brains to Salakad? I think Salakad is a
Colorado's got a
smart
job
dude.
to do.
Yeah, I think Salakad does a pretty damn good job, and I think sometimes we need to understand that. And Ken, if you're the Ken that I think you're a good listener of the fan. You should know better. See, the people that listen to clips that are posted for sensationalism and then react to other dopes' reactions to a clip,
They go
I
nuts.
can I can't help those people. But if you listen, then you should know better, man. And if you don't want to listen, if you don't care, that's fine too. But who am I to talk some sense into anybody? Now, when I don't agree with Sal, I do call and I let him know. I called yesterday, I think it was. I told him I didn't agree with his reaction to the
How
whole
long do you
Soto.
have to wait on hold?
It depends. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes long. Listen, I called like a week and a half ago that I waited almost 2 hours. Made me
Oh
sick.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that all the time. That's a lot of
I
times
would
why I
lose
don't call.
patience with that.
But
I'd hang up.
it's hard during the day. You know what I'm saying?
Of
And then if
course.
it was, especially because it's two hosts, sometimes they get going, and it drives me crazy when they start repeating the same thing over and over. Like, guys, we heard that
All
already.
day
Can we get
12
can we get a
Canning.
caller up here like me? But no, yeah. And for those that think because I know Sal that I could quickly get up there, no, no. I wait. I still have to wait. I don't text him. I don't do anything like that. Like, yo, get me up. I did that one time because I was really in a hurry and I really didn't want to stay on hold longer than I already was. And he fucking aired me out on the call, telling everybody how I was texting him. And I just texted him one time. And I didn't even say put me on. I asked him, how long is it gonna be? Because I may have to hang up.
Okay.
And he aired me the hell out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Hmm.
do that. But can we stop with the Sal stuff, man? Listen,
Everybody takes
if
Salicata.
you don't like Sal, you're not gonna like Eddie and I too much because we're not
I,
here to
I
give you
agree with
Mets
it.
bias shit. No, what
Yo,
I'm saying is this is Mets Talk Unfiltered, right? Sal's the same way. Sal's gonna give you his opinion. Doesn't mean that he's right. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that he's right. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Doesn't mean that Eddie's right. It's just our opinion. And
no,
sometimes
this
we're
is
emotional about it. We're fans. Sal's a fan. Even if Junior wants to have fun and say that he's a Braves fan, you know, even if I have fun with him with the hockey stuff, like he's a fan just like us. And he tries to play it like now he's this broadcaster and he's a freaking fan. He's
of
a
course.
fan. Trust me.
Yo,
But he
I have
also, like
no
Eddie says,
problem.
they got a show to do, man.
I have no problem
Judge
with.
just homered. Okay. Fuck Judge. Nah. I don't know why that popped up, but I just saw that, so I just put it up there. But anyways,
No, I respect the hell out of Judge. I don't. I never. You'll never hear me say a bad word about him.
making excuses.
Yo,
I love
listen.
you,
Let me tell you,
Junior.
let me
You
tell you
my
about
guy.
Salicata. If I was Salicata, I'd be doing the exact same thing. This is his career. You gotta be sensational. You gotta make people talk about you. That's the name of the game. Well, so anybody hating on it, understanding this is his job. That's what he does. That's what he gets paid for. You gotta
Listen, Eddie.
separate.
Sal told me, and you hear from these guys a lot too. And at first I used to be like, yo, now just doing the nonsense, the little bullshit that I do, right? I'm nobody. Just come over here, turn on this mic and camera, and I just talk shit, whatever.
Exactly.
But I've realized the true meaning of people read or take from what they read, what they feel like it. They hear what they want to hear, bro.
Right.
And people don't understand that sometimes you may say something or I may say something,
Triggers.
and it's not necessarily just on purpose, but to understand, to get a temperature, to see what the people are thinking. You may have had a thought like, I don't know, whatever the thought, I can't think of anything right now. It doesn't mean that you believe it, but you'll put it out there for conversation.
Of course.
Yes. Does that mean that you're being fake? Does that mean you're
No.
trying to sensationalize things? Is no, is that believe me, there's at least one person thinking that out there.
Hector, I like to put questions out to the chat, to the fans just in general, just to get I like to get the fans' feelings on things because it's good to know what else other people are thinking. Some people have different opinions than mine, and I like that. I
Yeah,
like to see the other side of shit. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Because it gives me a perspective. Okay, wait. I think this guy thinks this. Where are we? Now, some people are just morons and they're idiots and whatever. But some people can back their takes up, and I love that. I love it.
Yep.
And I think me and you actually go through this just doing the shows together. Me and you're on the other side of things with me a lot. But I love it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And it's the same thing. And like, we don't do a production show and say, yo, Eddie, what do you think
Yeah,
about this? You take that side, take that.
exactly.
No. And it's the same thing with these guys, but people think like that. It's like, and then sometimes, yeah. And he used to say this a lot on the overnight, where he would say, sometimes we exaggerate for effect, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
Yeah.
sometimes you might
Especially when
exaggerate
you're on the
something.
overnight and
Like
nobody's
I
listening.
just exaggerated, not too much. I just exaggerated a little bit on the Nimmo thing for effect, but not too much. I didn't exaggerate too much because I really feel that way.
No,
And
because it's
I'm really a maniac like that.
right.
I really am, and I really get emotional like that. So when I tell Eddie, calm down and listen to me, I mean that. That's not exaggeration. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, people are gonna react to this good, bad, or indifferent, and that's also good.
Yeah.
That's also good.
It's all good.
Everybody's a combo to you, Easy. Rob, shout out to my guy. Rob's a combo. CP's a combo. Eddie's a combo. I'm a combo. You
Whatever.
have all the right opinions. We don't know. None of us know what the hell we're talking about. But we appreciate you coming here and watching all the time. And I appreciate you sharing my brother's nickname. I love
Oh,
having fun with Easy because Easy's blunt as they come. Easy's also unfiltered, and I love that shit. I love
good.
it, even if it fires me up.
Bring it.
Yo, Eddie, you talk too much. I gotta get out of here, brother. Anything else? I'm kidding. I talk too much.
No, I got nothing else. Peterson's going Friday. We don't know. Canning's probably going tomorrow. Senga's going. And
No,
Holmes
we
is
know that for
going.
sure. I mean, I'm looking at MLB.com. That's how they have it. They have Canning tomorrow, Peterson Saturday. I mean, Peterson Friday. Before you kill me, Senga on Saturday. I keep messing that up.
I want to.
And Sunday we should have Holmes. Let's see. And Sunday we have Holmes. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
What are the car? How are the?
I know you haven't that easy. You've actually been very good with me, and I appreciate you. So I'm having fun. I'm easy.
Cardinals are a 500 team. I want 3 or 4. All right, this is a statement series. We're back home now. The excuses are over.
Crazy. 4-game series. You're supposed to just shoot for a split.
Oh no!
Isn't that what they say?
I want 3 or 4 this series. I'm sorry.
That's what they tell me all the time.
Listen, I would have settled for the split if we would have got 2 or 3 in Minnesota. But now you got to make up for that. So you got to get 3 or 4 here. And our pitching set up for it. You got Peterson and Senga at Holmes going 3 or 4. You should get 3 or 4 there. The Senga game you should definitely get. The Holmes game you got to get. The only game I'm giving them that they could get is a Cannon game. We're set up to win the series, pitching wise.
But someone also told me that we were supposed to sweep the Twins, and I said, these guys come to play too.
Sweep the Twins of Minnesota. What I took out of that is how good Byron Buxton is when he plays. That guy's he's a superstar. He's a superstar player.
Really, you really caught up on Byron Buxton, like really.
When he plays.
Like Byron, no, he is. But you really gonna act like Byron, like Byron Buxton is really the reason we lost. We lost because we don't fucking hit.
I'm just again, watching him play when he plays, he's
it's just too bad he can't stay on the field.
he's a
It's like Mike
star
Trout.
player. He's a
It's like Mike
star.
Trout. It's too bad these guys can't stay on the field. Mike Trout, Byron Buxton. What's the other guy that they have? Royce Ring, whatever the hell his name is, can't stay on the field. These guys just can't stay on the field, man. It sucks. But they're very good if they are. Yeah, you're right about that.
I would love to have Buxton on the Mets. Are you kidding me?
No, get the fuck out of here. For what? We don't need an injury-prone player.
If he could stay healthy, you kidding me?
I'm tired of the ifs and hypotheticals, but I need guys that are gonna stay healthy. He can't stay healthy.
All right. Well, I mean,
I don't even want Mike Trout right now, bro. I don't want Mike Trout because you're gonna get hurt. He's great.
Well, I don't want Mike Trout because of his contract, but if I had Mike Trout,
I don't care about that shit, bro. I don't care about that shit. His contract is only bad because he's always hurt, Eddie, right? If he wasn't always hurt, you wouldn't mind his contract. The guy produces. It's the same thing. If you tell me you love Byron Buxton when he's on the field, you gotta love Mike Trout when he's on the field. I'm just saying I don't like these guys.
Mike Trout's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he can't stay on the field.
And Measy doesn't like you.
All right, fine. Yeah, nice.
I'm kidding. Relax.
Button can't stay on the field.
Get the hell out of here. Come on, Darren. You know I love you, Darren, but Luis Roberts, come on. This is another guy.
Isn't it pronounced Robert?
Robert, yeah, it drives me crazy. Robert.
Yeah, no. They're saying he's going to be the biggest name at the deadline to get moved. They're saying, they're going to get a king's ransom for. To be honest, he's a guy. He's inconsistent as hell.
D-Row said, "Who cares about your Yankee up there with Aaron Judge home?"
Yankees. Listen, man.
Now this here. If you talk about a pipe,
good luck. They're like fucking. They've lost like 2 games all year. The Padres.
Yeah. Listen, last year when there was some rumblings about maybe Tatis, I was like, oh man, I wouldn't mind going to get Tatis, but that's not gonna happen. But I gotta get out of here, guys. So I'm gonna stop looking at your comments. You guys are always great, and like I always said, I always go back and say, damn, I missed that comment. So I apologize if we missed any in your comments. We definitely appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the guys that come in here, mostly for Eddie, because this room gets filled up because Eddie's the man. And for those of you guys that come in, for me, I appreciate you guys too, man. I love you guys.
They come in for both of us. That's it. Let's talk on filters.
Eddie's the no fun police tonight, guys. The no fun police tonight.
Two-way players. You understand? We're two-way
players. Chill.
I got the Knicks and the Mets.
I'm a 5-2 player. I don't like that two-way shit.
I'm talking. That's the NBA side of me coming out. You know, that's that Knicks.
No. I
know. But before you go, I need a prediction out of you for this series with St. Louis. I need a prediction.
I don't have predictions. I have desires.
Come on, I'll give you fucking 3 or 4, 2 or 2. Give it to me.
Are you listening to what I'm saying? I don't have predictions. I have desires. Who the fuck am I to predict? I want to win 3 or 4 just like you. I want to fucking sweep. I want to sweep. But no, let's go get 3 or 4, especially after having lost the series. I want to win series.
Because
I don't want to split series. I understand the thought of, yes, a 4-game series. Like I said, I was, kind of joking, but that's what everybody says all the time, right? You want to split for no. Go out there and win the damn series. And you were supposed to be a better team than these guys. And MEC says, yeah, another great closer we got to deal with. I don't give a damn. Keep the game out of the closer's hands. You know what I'm saying? And go out there, and let's go win.
It's for 7 runs and
my desire. To hell with your predictions. That is my desire. Go out there and win 3 out of 4. I'm having fun.
I'll tell you that the closer on the Twins, I forgot his name. He's a good pitcher and all, but he gets rattled a little easy. He was shaky. Couldn't even throw the ball to second base. He was shaky as hell. Mets blew that. By the way, that was yesterday's game. They had a chance to win that game. They fucking blew it.
Yeah, that's the frustrating.
Nimmo, Vientos, Taylor, step up. Not worried about Soto. I got you on that. Yeah, they all need to step up, man.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat.
All these guys.
Yep, we're demanding better at bats. We're demanding better at bats from everybody, especially Brandon Nimmo. Because Brandon Nimmo, whether some people say keep him out of the middle of the lineup or not, he's going to be there. Whether it be 4 or 5, he's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? We just need him to get the damn job done. Get the job done. Get the job done. As my guy Jonathan says, wake the fuck up.
Jonathan's always got good takes. Always. In the spaces. Always.
Jonathan's a good dude. Jonathan, I apologize I couldn't come in the space earlier. I was actually taking a nap. I'm an old man. I take naps like a kid.
You got to do what you got to do.
Cardinal series will be the series. The Cardinal series will be the series that Go ahead.
I think historically Soto hits the Cardinals well. I'd
Does
have
he
to
really?
double check it, but I'm almost positive he hits them very well.
Yeah. So he says that Soto will wake the fuck up in the Cardinals series. Darren says
Listen,
at least Acuna.
Soto hit 2 home runs a series. It was today. He was terrible. For the most part, he take out today. He was good.
Eddie, could you
The
stop
series
with the
was
he hit the
good.
2 home runs this series? One was fucking meaningless and one was okay. Stop
I'm
with the
just saying,
nonsense.
at least
But don't
he's
just throw numbers out there like that. Leave it at
well. I did say he went
wake the
over
fuck up. Let's leave
today.
it at wake the fuck up.
Okay. All right.
No, none of this. What do you call it?
No, because if he gets that hit today, we're talking about winning the
Yeah,
series.
but he didn't.
Talking
So
about
him
total.
not getting that hit today takes away from the meaningless home run and the one that yesterday was clutch. And just turned out that we lost anyways, but
He
it
almost
was a
had a
clutch
clutch
home run.
one today.
But he didn't.
Almost right there.
Almost is not good
I
enough.
know. Almost is not. I got you. I understand.
This right here, I'm glad Rudy reminded me of this. This is what we need. He still needs to have his Met moment. You know what I'm saying? When does that happen? It happens differently for all guys. Hopefully, it doesn't take as long as it took Francisco Lindor. You know what I'm saying? He already had his
Yeah,
maybe kind of.
but to be fair with Lindor, he did it the whole second half. Yes,
It
he had
took
the
3 years.
What?
It took 3 years.
Yeah, but we were fucking garbage. We were garbage in 2023.
Partly because of him.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. But Pete too. Pete was fucking trash.
All of them. That's why I said partly. I didn't say because of him. Partly because of everybody.
Like
They
I told
all
you, I used to look at Pete Alonso like he was a superstar. I stopped thinking of him that. Last year I'm like, this guy, he's fucking mid. I used to think the same about Lindor. I'm like, this guy's mid. And then they changed my mind. And
right.
that's what Soto's going to have to do. That's what Vientos is going to have to do. That's what all these guys are going to have to do. You got to come up. Got to play well.
Right, but thinking they're mid and coming up and having that Met moment is different, right? We're not,
Well, we need to
we're
win
not,
that.
we're not
That's
questioning whether Vientos is a Met. We just need him to be better, right?
agreed.
Sometimes we got to differentiate between things. Soto just got here. He still needs to find himself. That's what I'm talking about. When I it took Lindor a while, is because Lindor was having a hard time dealing with being a New York Met. He
We
was.
just have bad halves. That's what we had. First halves would be terrible.
Okay, Eddie. I'm not going to get into it.
But you know, it's
Got
the
you.
truth.
Yes. He was having bad
And
habits.
again, I say that equally. And look, there was a point when it was built around Lindor and Pete, right? Which we did. And they put up, they were really underwhelming. They were, again, he said all the time, they're stars, but not superstars. That now you could say that Lindor's a superstar, and with the way Pete's playing, he's a superstar right now.
Right. But
Keep
Pete
it
was
fucked
Pete
up.
was always a Met.
True.
You understand the nuance and the difference of what
I
I'm
get
trying
it.
to talk about?
I'm not with that whole Met. I don't
Okay.
care.
All
I
right.
don't
You
care.
you don't have to care, but it matters, Eddie. You don't have to care, but it matters. That's the thing. You don't have to care, but it matters. And other people care. You understand what I'm saying? But it's all good. I'm not disagreeing with you. That's what I said. They were all partly to blame. But when Rudy's talking about Soto needs to have that man moment, I understand what he's trying to say. I'm not so sure that you do. But it's okay. Or that you care. You don't care. I get it.
Just
But
listen.
you will when he has that moment.
Of course I will. Of course I will.
All right.
But I need him to step up. I need him to start breaking games open. That's what we signed him for. We signed him to put up crooked numbers and break games the fuck open. You know, a 2-1 game with second and third. I need a home run. I want these games to start breaking open, not these solo bullshit. No, break games open. Put the other teams in away. They're finished. That's what I'm at.
I'm right there with you, brother. I've been asking him to be a game breaker and not Omar Vizquel, and you kept telling me it was okay. You kept telling me it was okay. He was getting on base. Today you're singing a different tune, And
Well, if it
I
was over,
love,
should
I
be singing.
love the tune you're singing today. I
Over
love the tune
five,
you're singing
like I
today.
said, over five, I should be singing that tune.
Before we get out of here, I did want to touch on this real quick because I have it starred, um, because I'm sure it's something that's gonna bend some people out of shape. I don't know how true this is. I saw that Patty asked. Shout out to Patty. She's probably in bed now. Um, she asked about this. She hadn't seen it, and I hate this fucking name, Buster Cherry. But Buster Cherry says that he saw it on social media in another comment. So apparently Lindor has been named the captain of Puerto Rico for the WBC. Your quick thoughts on that?
I don't care.
Eddie
I
doesn't care about
I
anything,
don't
ladies and
give two
gentlemen.
shits about the
On that
WBC.
note, have a good night. I'm sure a lot of people do care. People get bent
Well,
out of shape about these guys
yeah,
playing in
yeah.
the
Look.
WBC. I
Well,
don't care either. That's
I
good. That's
care
great.
about
It's
Lindor
well
hitting home
deserved.
runs and winning for the Mets.
I get it. I get it, Eddie.
WBC
Jesus
won't do it.
Christ.
I know these players love it. I know they're all into it. I'm not. That's me. It's my thing. You want to call me a bad fan for not caring about the WBC? Go ahead. I care about the Mets winning World Series. That's it.
All right.
And
Great.
another thing, I don't care about captains. After what happened with David Wright, I'm done with the captain shit. Done.
What happened with
If he
David
got
Wright?
named captain, he was never the same.
You think he wasn't the same because he got named captain, or because
No. I
his
just think
bat gave up on
I
him?
think I should never think that way, but of course I do. I know, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to think that.
Oh man, good stuff, Eddie. Good stuff. I guess
Well, where are you at with the WBC? Do you give a shit about that?
I don't think it's about whether giving a shit about the WBC or not. Again, there's nuance to things and it's different
I know
conversations.
the
It's not about
players love it. I know that.
and it's not even about that. I just wanted your reaction to him just being named the captain. And really, I know a lot of people are bothered with guys playing because they're scared of guys being hurt and
You
all of
know,
this nonsense.
well,
Like
if I
that's
was
really why I asked. But
okay, if I was commissioner, Hector, what I would do is instead of the All Star break every 4 years, you take 2 weeks out of the schedule and you put the WBC in the Midsummer Classic, and that you put that in July. I would love it because guys are warmed up. They're all ready. I don't. That's why I don't like.
that doesn't necessarily mean that guys can't get hurt.
No.
And
I
now
know
and now
that.
think about what you're saying though. Think about what you're saying. Now you're in the heat of a season. The
Mhm.
season is playing out. And you go into a WBC and a player gets hurt, a big player on your team gets hurt.
Well, we had it with Diaz. We saw.
Yeah, but that was before the season though. You have still not played the game. I know people gave up right away. I didn't as a fan.
Oh, I thought we were finished once that happened.
Yeah, of course. But that's not the reality. You still have a whole season to play. I think someone getting hurt in the middle of a season, it's a lot, could be a lot harder to overcome
I
than
think
the
it'll be a
beginning.
lot less likely in mid-season than beginning of the season. That's my take on that. Because, like I said, guys are warmed up. They played, you know, and the Diaz injury was just a freak thing. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I mean. Like, and Jose Reyes said the same thing the other day. Like that nonsense about. He was like, no, it's playing baseball.
No, just for ratings purposes and just for I think for competing purposes, by having the WBC in the middle of the season would be incredible. Like just as a fan, I would love it. And I like it. Don't get me wrong. I do watch it and I think it's cool. Like I love how the players are into it. Like I know like they play all the games in Miami and like the stadium goes nuts and you have every different country represented. I think that is dope as hell. Love it. And I think you could really make something out of it too by putting it instead of the All-Star game. That's just where I'm at with it.
Right, but you don't have a problem with guys participating in it.
No, I have no problem whatsoever. I think you should. It's your country. Go for it, man. I think that I love in the Olympics for the basketball. I love Team USA. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, but people say this is not the Olympics.
It is
That's what people say. This is not the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? This was just created. But
no.
like the
This is
Olympics
the
were
baseball
the
Olympics.
Olympics were in the Olympics until they were the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like everything has a starting point, and then it creates whatever it creates. And I think the WBC has done well for itself. I think most fans enjoy it,
Oh,
unless
yeah.
you're Eddie or Sal Licata, who fucking hate the damn thing. Nah,
I
I'm
don't
kidding.
think I would say I hate it. I
I'm
don't
kidding.
care.
I'm kidding.
But
You just said it. I'm kidding.
in the big, if it was in, I think I would care more if it was in the middle of the season and they took time out. I think for me, I'd be like, okay, I'd be hyped. But like when it's in the beginning of the season, it's kind of like how you look at like opening day. It's exciting, but it's not like wow.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm at.
And we're horrible, right? Because we said good night like 20 minutes
And
ago,
times,
and the people said good night and party left, and here we are still talking nonsense. So we apologize if you left. Come back and watch the end.
huh?
No. But on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. But here we go again. I'm not saying they need a closed door meeting, but I'm saying they need a meeting with the manager and all the hitting coaches to sit with these players and to try to figure out a better approach to play that means for everyone besides Alonso. Now, here's the thing with that though. You're assuming that the players are going rogue.
Right.
You're assuming that the players are going rogue and they're not doing
What
the
their
team
practice.
philosophy is.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
They're
do they
not.
have to have a meeting with the players, or do they have to change the philosophy overall in the coaches' room? So that may be a meeting amongst coaches, not with the players. You understand what I'm saying? Because it seems to be an overall team thing. It's not like it's one or two guys individually doing things. We could highlight Brandon Nimmo because he seems the most egregious at it. But like I said, we saw Jesse Winker do it today also. We see Lindor do it all the time.
You know what it is?
First
I'm
pitch swinging with guys on base. We saw Soto do it. Honestly, since Soto made the comments in the newspaper, it seems like he's swinging first or second pitch now. It's only been 2 games, but if you look at those at bats, he swung like first, second pitches almost every single one of them. Like, what the hell are we doing?
For the next show, we should probably look at how many pitches per at bat.
Yeah, but that has the whole thing. That's not going to show you.
No, but since the comments.
Right, but how are you going to find that? Unless you're going to individually.
Yeah, unless I watch the tape.
It's a cumulative
Yeah,
thing.
it's hard.
And it can be done. I could go in there and chart it myself. And if I have time, I'll try to do it because I'm interested by it. I'm interested by it. But yeah, it's so sometimes we're assuming that these guys aren't acting rogue.
Yeah.
It's a team. They have. We talk about hitting coaches don't matter. God damn it! Heck, stop looking at the comments. We're never gonna get out of here. But we talk about hitting coaches don't matter. But I said it before, right? As you would think, you attack every pitcher differently, every team differently, right? Based on their stuff, based on how they attack hitters. Hey guys, we know this guy has a good fastball. He likes to use it in this count. He likes to throw it here. And this is how you formulate your plan. So sometimes you say, listen, if you let this guy get ahead of you, you have no shot. So we're gonna attack him early. Or we could say this guy, we want to get him out the game, so we want to build up his pitch. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways, and that's where the hitting coaches come in.
Right.
So that's why I say maybe they're not coming up with a good enough plan, game by game, or good enough philosophy overall. But I don't think the players are acting on their own. So a meeting between so the coach could tell them you guys are doing wrong. I don't know. The coaches maybe need to look within themselves and say, what are we doing wrong?
What I've noticed is guys just missing their pitch. Winker in particular, he got a fastball right down the middle. Soto too, and they're missing it. Like when I tell you just missing it, I could see their swing plan. Eddie, yeah, but Hector, when I tell you they're like this far off, we're just missing our pitches, and I'm telling you, it's gonna turn. Notice it with Winker. I noticed it with Soto. What up, Frankie?
Appreciate you, Frankie. Yeah.
Shout out to you, Stadium.
Yes, sir. Shout out you, Stadium. Shout out our guy Frankie. Well, that's what we do, Frankie. That's what we do. You don't try to play like you don't overreact. All right, guys. I gotta get out of here. Eddie has all night. Eddie now's gonna open spaces, drive me crazy, send me 1,000 notifications.
Yeah, God forbid you give me a Knicks prediction, but that's a story. Hector doesn't want to give a Knicks prediction, but it's okay.
I don't do predictions. You want a Knicks prediction? They ain't going nowhere, bro. Maybe 1 and done. If they're lucky, 2 and done. That's my feeling on the Knicks. You could try to talk me off a ledge.
I'm pretty much right there with you.
I see nothing to encourage me with the Knicks.
I said Knicks in 7 versus Detroit, and that's Detroit.
Listen, even the last 2 losses of the season, I know they were sitting guys and all that. just unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm sorry. And you don't like you whatever. Fuck the Knicks, bro. I love the Knicks. I love the Knicks. But
Oh my God, I gotta get you in one of the spaces.
it's because, bro, was this team's window? It might be shut. Listen, I'm already listening to people wanting to move on from Karl Anthony Towns after 1 year. The
Right
fact that
here,
I'm listening to
right
trades for
here.
Devin Booker,
That's me.
Giannis, and all, like it makes me sick. And it's something that's always bothered me with the Knicks. It's always this chase for the quick fix, the quick fix, the quick fix, and we get stuck in this fucking. We were stuck in
Yeah, but
quicksand.
that tells me if you're not sold on, if you wouldn't trade Cat for the right
No, no,
player,
no, no, no. I'm not saying I wouldn't trade Cat. I wouldn't have made the trade for Cat. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then people try to tell me, no, Hector, this is what's good for the team. This is going to make our offense so much better. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And now those same people are making excuses about the Knicks. And, it takes time. And this, fuck off. Screw the Knicks. They make me sick. All of these teams make me sick until they freaking win. The Mets are making me sick right now this week, to be honest with you. But I got to go, guys. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me?
Because this is what Mets Talk Unfiltered is all about.
Frankie
Knicks
says,
5, you're gonna get them 1. Knicks in 7. That's what I've been calling all year. Well, not all year, but on that's what I said.
Ramel says, what's wrong with the lineup?
Ramel's been all over the lineup all year. He's like you.
They're all batting out of order. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't.
What, Bismarck? Shout out to my guy Bismarck, who I met. Was it the last home game, Bismarck? I forget. Well, I gotta be careful now. People are starting to recognize me. This guy, fucking. First of all, he's like 6'3", walks up next to me as I'm coming on the steps. Yo, man, I'm Bismarck. I'm like, everything good?
I was gonna ask you.
We good? I apologize, man. It's just fun.
Yo, Heck, did you get the $40 a month plan?
For her, you're not, Jonathan. I'm closing this damn show. No, it's more than it's $40. I think if you buy the whole year, it's $65 if you do it month to month. Thanks for reminding me. I haven't done it yet. You guys,
what is it? Is it stand up only or
standing room? Yeah, it's perfect for me, Eddie. I don't sit basically anyway.
You sit all over.
Unless somebody, I have a lot of beautiful people, great people that invite me to these games. I actually have an invite for Friday. I actually have an invite for tomorrow that I may not be able to take up, but I'm definitely going Friday with my homegirl Kathy. And so I sit obviously those times, but dude, listen, you see, Eddie, I'm the same way at a game. I'm so hyped. I'm standing up, and I don't want nobody tell me to sit down. I understand. So that's why sometimes I'd rather sit. I'd rather stand. No matter, you know what I'm saying, even if I have seats. But sometimes you get these great seats and you gotta take advantage of them.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't stand up if you're close, especially in the padded seats. You can't stand up because then the people behind you can't see.
Right. And
but I get standing up, 2 strikes and all that,
I stand up for anything. I'm getting old though, so the standing up is kind of getting to me. So sometimes I do need to sit down. Lindor, Acuna, Soto, Alonso, Vientos, Nimmo, Marte, Winker, Catcher, and Taylor. Why not? What are you so afraid of?
Acuna,
what are you so afraid of?
Get the fuck out of here.
What are you so afraid of? You stuck with the second batter, gotta hit second nonsense, bro.
Brian Giles is gonna start doing what Brian Giles does.
Good night, everybody. LFGM, yo. On that note, we got this guy just called Soto Brian Giles. If you know, you know. Eddie, love you, brother.
Peace, Zach.
Thanks for not losing your patience with me. Thanks for understanding my craziness. Love the chat. See you guys. I think Monday night is where we.
Sunday night.
No, it's a 4-game series.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Oh yeah. Sunday night. You're right. I thought it was a wraparound series. No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Peace.
All right.